And we are finally, after months of waiting, we're live, George.
Yeah, man.
How are you, mate?
Great. Quite tired from the Bacardi story already.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine, man. So, ladies and gentlemen who are about to tune in, this is George. He's representing out of Switzerland. I'll let him talk to you about his story in a little bit, but we're going to cover our legacies. We're going to talk about our drinks, what's inside there, and most importantly about this marathon that's Bacardi Legacy. I mean, it's a beast of a competition, and it's really challenging. So I'm going to let Georgie introduce himself and tell you guys all about his drink. Take it away, George.
So, hi everybody. I'm George. I'm competing to be the finalist for Switzerland. Um, yeah, let's talk about my drink a little bit. It's called El Fronterizo, what means the border crosser, the border hopper in Spanish. My drink is about um, the different ways of crossing not only physical borders when we go travel and we have to cross the border, show our passport and stuff like that. It's also about mental boundaries, to overcome a fear, to step out of our comfort zone, to try out something new. A good example for this is the rum I'm using in my cocktail, Bacardi Carta Blanca. It was at the time the first aged white rum. So Bacardi invented a new technique in filtering and getting a dark rum clear again. And my story behind El Fronterizo um, is about I had to cross a physical border in the way that I emigrated from Germany to Tenerife, and then I came back to Switzerland, and I had to step out of my comfort zone, leaving my family back in Tenerife and starting a new life in Switzerland, trying out something new.
And are you
And
living in Switzerland all by yourself now?
I'm living all by myself. I met my girlfriend here in Switzerland 6 years ago, and the, when I came here, the plan was stay for 1 year, make some money, go ahead with all the barkeeper career, and yeah, she kept me here in Switzerland.
It's always the case, man. You know,
Yeah,
I'm clearly not a Swede. I'm an Aussie, and I've been living in Sweden now for 2.5 years, and my story is exactly the same. But you know, you blink one day, and you're 6 foot deep in snow and a million miles away from home.
yeah,
So it's an interesting
but
concept. It's an interesting concept that you have with this whole border crossing, and you know, I like this. I like this idea that you have that it's not just physical. That you know, more than ever right now, you know, we're faced with a lot of mental borders, right, and a lot of ideological borders within our society. So it's something that are you using El Fronterizo to communicate to to your community about sharing of ideas, differences in opinions, and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, it's everybody is El Fronterizo in some way. When it's not crossing physical borders in the way that you maybe you have to leave your country or you want to leave your country, um, overcoming a fear. It's everybody is or can be El Fronterizo. This is what I'm trying to reach people with the small interview I'm doing on Instagram, where I ask people which was the last border, physical border they had to cross, which was the last mental boundary they had to overcome. And the fun question is about what do you think when I say the yellow? Yeah.
You know, and if anyone
And
doesn't know, George, he's a little bit of a maniac. He's he's using yellow bell pepper in his cocktail. Um, can you explain to people, the idea behind using? Can you explain to people using the idea behind bell pepper in your cocktail?
Overcoming a mental boundary. Nobody's using bell pepper in drinks, and the idea really comes from this spicy chocolate with chili. But not everybody likes it spicy, so the bell pepper has got like nearly the same taste, but without the spiciness.
That's really interesting, man. You have a really interesting construct of your drink. Cacao, verjus, bell pepper, carta blanca, and you also use martini, ambrianto, no?
Yeah, the Ambrato one is a little bit more special than the Bianco. They use different grapes and different kind of spices. It's like a little bit more intense, you can say.
Yeah, it's a really interesting drink, and it's one of those drinks that when I first saw it, well, the first thing for me that grabbed my attention was the logo, right? And then I started seeing this consistent stripe, this like paprika, I assume it is, right?
Yeah, it's sugar syrup as glue on the rim of the glass, and paprika powder. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've done an amazing job in keeping this thread all the way through your campaign. Where one thing that really drew me to you was you take a photo with everyone holding your drink and with this paprika streak handing out. And at first, like the first couple that I saw, I thought, all right, like he's just taking a photo with his drink and people. But the more that you started doing it, the more it started becoming ingrained for me, right? And the more it was synonymous with El Fronterizo, and the more it was synonymous with your face and the color of the drink and the contrast between the red and the yellow. It's something that how much thought went into that? Like how much planning prior to submitting the drink did you have into the marketing campaign?
So I really started to think about the marketing campaign when I was chosen for the top 3 finalists, and the idea with the color contrast comes from my girlfriend. I was really amazed by this yellow color. It's like neon. When you got the right light, it's like neon yellow. And so she said it should be a decoration to make this contrast, to make it unforgettable. If you see this drink, you know this is El Fronterizo. There is no other drink with this red stripe and this yellow bright color.
Yeah,
And then came the logo. For me, the logo must represent the drink, and what better than a yellow background with exact the same red stripe.
yeah, it's a fantastic job, man. I hope you looked after your girl after that one because she may have saved you. She may have saved your legacy.
Yeah.
It's a really recognizable drink, and guys, anyone that watches this, head over to Instagram, check out George's page, El Fronterizo, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's unmissable. For me, when my contrast comes in my concept versus my drink and the glassware that I use for my drink, right? So I also wanted to use something that was contrasting. I wanted something that if you check out my Instagram page, it looks very much like I don't know how you would describe it, like an acid trip, right? It's
Yeah, but your concept is like radical bartending. I saw,
yeah.
and your page really reflects that radical bartending. The post you are making, the glass, it's just in the same way. It's unforgettable. This glass, you will always recognize as this drink as a cubist.
No, thanks, man.
You know.
I really appreciate that. A lot of thought went into the glassware because like you said, and I'm glad that that comes through. I'm glad that concept is coming through in the images that I use and the content that I'm putting out. Because what's more radical if it looks like a schizophrenic is making this artwork? What's more radical than having a contrasted glass like a champagne flute? I mean,
Yeah.
a champagne flute is the sign of elegance. It's the sign of sophistication, the sign of high society. But what my content is saying, it's the complete opposite of that, right? So when I have my friends, tattooed necks, tattooed fingers, beards coming out of their ass, and then they're all holding champagne flutes. It's a very funny sight for me, you know?
Yeah, it's radical.
Yeah, and it's same thing with Fronterizo. Sometimes it just takes it takes a natural progression, you know, and it needs to evolve organically for it to be authentic. Would you agree?
Sorry, I didn't took the last.
Yeah, what I said is that like these marketing campaigns, they need to grow organically. They need to be they can't be forced. You can't force a concept on people. It needs to grow over time. You need to let it grow for it to be truly authentic.
Yeah, you will see what works better on people, what they expect from the drink, and it's in my case I saw it after 2 weeks. I decided to go another way with my campaign, and it's really difficult to find a good balance of yeah, I cannot really explain it. It's just you see it when you are doing this campaign. You see like the likes you get, the actions of different people. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
and it's funny because
you know
this competition turns you into a marketer. Yeah, it turns you
yeah
into somebody who can analyze information and decipher when to post, how to post, what to do, what to say, how to draw attention.
yeah. So for me, it's the first time I have to do like this promotional marketing stuff. It's I learned a lot already about how to promote something. Not must not be a drink, but how to promote a product. And in
Yeah,
some way, our drinks are products now. That yeah,
yeah, definitely, man. And
you know,
we were talking briefly off air about how hard this competition is and how long this competition is.
yeah.
What are you enjoying about Legacy, and more importantly, what is it that you're finding most difficult about Legacy?
Really enjoying the guest shifts to see other bars to make my drink. So in other bars, go out of my own bar, see how are working other bartenders, how other guests in other countries, how they are, because I'm only seeing Switzerland, but it's really different kind of guests. I think in maybe in Germany or in Austria. These are the countries I have the chance to visit to do my guest shifts. And what was the other question?
And what are you finding difficult about Legacy?
Difficult about legacy. That I want to do a lot of things, but I don't find the time to do them, or not the budget, the money to do all the ideas that I have.
So, for example, what are some ideas that you would love to activate, but you just can't find the time or the money for?
I'm not sure if we are supposed to do a promotional video right now, but I was just talking to a guy who works with photography, and he also is doing videos. And now I saw how expensive and how much time you need to do like a 1 minute video.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it
I'm
really is.
now I'm thinking if I make it through the finals, then I will do a video. Not right now. I will get my focus on my interviews, on my master classes that I'm doing about Vergy, and forget about the video for yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think.
I will not do a video until I'm into the finals. Maybe.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that you say that because sometimes, I mean, like for me personally, I'm sure you can see that I'm constantly online and I'm constantly doing something, through Instagram or here on YouTube, and it's tiring. Like we've got 4 weeks left until the Nordic finals, and there's you wrestle a lot with there's so much you want to get done, but at the same time I just want it to be over now. I just want to go on stage tomorrow and
Yeah.
present, and then play the cards that come out, because it's tiring. And my advice to anyone that's going to do this is maybe be a little bit more prepared than what I was before getting into this.
Yeah. If I would do it a second time, maybe next year or in 2 years, I'm sure I will be a lot more prepared for doing a promotional campaign and how to do my drink, the recipe, the ingredients I will use. So I learned a lot about the legacy competition.
Yeah, mate. I mean,
It's
how are you finding the reception with bell pepper? I mean, I've used bell pepper before in a cocktail, and it's really fresh. It's floral. It's sweet. It's earthy. But how are you finding with bars listing your drink?
there are our bars where there's no problem to do this juice. They have a juice extractor, quite big bars. They doing other juices like cucumber juice, maybe with a juice extractor. But other bars don't have the possibility to get one. I'm doing bell pepper juice like half a liter every week, and
Oh wow.
I give it to them once a week. I take 1 day, I make the juice, and I go to these bars and give it to them as a gift,
Oh, that's
so
fantastic, man.
that they can make my drink. Some of
That's
them are doing pre-batches, so it conserves a little bit more with the alcohol. But it's quite difficult. If I could change my recipe, I would change it right now. Maybe with not with bell pepper juice, but with fresh bell pepper. Find a measure that everybody can use. I was thinking about maybe the cap of a Bacardi bottle. Take this as a measure. You just stamp that out of a bell pepper, and then you have the measure for one drink. Yeah, some measure that every bartender can use and will have at their bar.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
it's interesting when you enter these competitions with the best intentions of winning, but you never think you're going to win. So like you kind of go a little bit crazy, right? You're like, oh, well, whatever, I'll just make this bell pepper drink, and then next thing you know, you've been given €1,000, and they tell you, all right, go and market your drink, and you think,
yeah,
oh, why did I do that? Like, why did I use this?
yeah. 2 weeks after I got the message that I was into the top three, it was like, wow, and where should I start now?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of help from my boss. He won the legacy for Switzerland 2 years ago, and he helped me out a lot. You should have started yesterday with your Instagram page and your Facebook page, and then ask bars right now, even if you haven't got your sponsoring rum yet. But start right now. There's no time.
No.
No time you can lose.
And he's so right. I've spoken to a lot of people now in these hangouts, and we always say the same thing that the second you take a day or two off and you jump back on Instagram, you think, oh no, like my impressions
Yeah,
have gone, down, my interactions have gone down. This person's doing this person's doing that, and I don't find it overwhelming. I find it a really positive challenge, but in the same time, it does take a lot of time. And regardless of what people say, no matter how well you plan, it's going to take you, hours a day to get good
yeah,
content, hours a day to get good traction. I mean, I'm sending 50 emails a day.
yeah. It's crazy, and you should not look what the others are doing in especially not your direct competitors from your country, because you want you want to do more and better, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not helping you in doing your campaign when
No,
when your competitor does something really good, and then you're like dismotivated in some way. Why didn't I come up with this idea?
yeah.
And I'm every week I'm looking what the others are doing, and I should not.
Are you doing any industry care packages at all? Are you doing anything? Because you mentioned before we went on air that you're really restricted with Vertic 8. That you can't do guest shifts as easily as others. You can't travel as easy as others. So what are you doing to try and get Fronterizo outside of Switzerland? What are you doing to promote
Yeah,
yourself and your brand?
I think every finalist is doing it. I'm bottling my drink, like the drink ready in a bottle. You just have to stir it, or you can throw it. And in the package is also a bit of paprika powder, and the sponge I'm cutting out in the special shape. And there is an explanation video on Instagram how to do my decoration.
Yeah, that's
And
all right.
I'm asking bars if they want to do my drink once, take a picture, post it, or send it to me. I can post it and tag them. And but even this is difficult. I asked some bars, and they say they are not doing any legacy drinks because they have so much requests from all over the world that they say no, we are not doing legacy, to not say yes to somebody and no to the others. And I
Yeah.
expected to send out 50 drinks, but I think I can be happy if I send out 20 or 25.
Hey man, send one to Sweden.
But yeah, please give me your address and I
Uh,
can send you one. Yeah,
yeah, I'd be happy to, man, because it's these care packages, you sometimes you forget how important they are because it's like an extended handshake.
yeah,
It's a really beautiful thing to receive these care packages, and they're expensive.
yeah. They're really expensive. Yeah, man. It's like it costs me 9 francs to send it in Switzerland, and to another country it's like nearly the double. And I have to see in Sweden, are they quite strict with alcohol
No, well, they are, but
to send alcohol.
no. Traveler sent me a pack, which came
Okay,
through, perfectly fine.
yeah, okay.
Um,
Let's try. Yeah,
yeah, man. But I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying Legacy because one thing, it's very invigorating to see Cubists around the world. It's very. I feel very proud when I see my drink being made in India or in Peru or in Sydney, um, and it kind of validates all the hard work that you do. You know, I mean, the friendships that you end up making in this thing are so invaluable. The people that you meet, I mean, they're incredible people. And for you, Georgie, I've been wanting to speak to you for pretty much since top three was announced. And the fact that we get to do this, you don't get to travel very much, and I don't get to travel very much. But now we have a platform where we can meet, we can talk,
Yeah.
we can share ideas and our stories. And I think I owe Bacardi a lot for that, because even though it is very difficult and very challenging, time consuming, and at times stressful, um, it's so beneficial for us personally, mentally, professionally. Um, and I suppose, at the end of the day, it's embodying everything that your drink is about, right? And everything that Cubist is about. It's about thinking radically. It's about crossing borders, both digitally and physically and mentally, and all everyone in the top three, their stories have a place. You can see these stories, being manifested. You can see these stories coming to life in conversations that we're having and sharing with each other.
I think we will see this when all is over. We will see the friends we've made, the stories we shared, the 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 wiser we got, the much we learned about not only making drinks and promoting, about life. I think
Yeah,
when your 6 minutes are over on stage, you will be like free. Would say
depends if you go through or
it
not.
depends, yeah, but then it's 3 months more.
Oh, it,
You
it,
haven't been thinking about this? If
yeah,
you may win 3 months
you know,
more?
I spoke to I just had Ruby cocktail here. I had Iris cocktail and Envious cocktail. They came to my city on the weekend, and we were having dinner last night. And we all said to each other, like, "Oh, imagine if you win. Like, if you win, it's fantastic, but it's 3 more months. If you lose, that's 6 months that you'll never get back again. So it's you you don't know how to take it." I told them, like, okay, if I don't make it through, I'll be super proud of one of the other boys that go through, but I'm gonna go into a bathroom and I'm going to cry, and then I'm gonna cry, and then after I cry, I'm gonna just say I'm free. I'm so.
Yeah,
So it's an interesting paradox, I think.
yeah. In both ways. If you win, I'm sure you're happy that you won. But if you don't win, you're happy that it's over.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's a very funny competition like that. You know, of course, we're all in it for the same reason. But I think we're all taking away different things from this experience, and uh, I think that the ones that succeed the most in legacy are the ones that take every opportunity that they can, and that they don't waste time, and they don't how can I say this? They don't miss the opportunity that Bacardi's giving us.
Mm.
And that was one of the things when I made top three. I said to myself that, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity, and I'm going to milk it for everything that it's worth. I'm going to travel as much as I can. I'm going to try to set my career up as best as I can, meet as many people as I can, do something radical, do something innovative, and then cross the fingers, get up on stage, lay it all out there, and then see what happens.
May the best win.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
But brother, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, man. Like I
yeah,
said, it's been at least 3 months that I've been
yeah.
watching you on Instagram, and I sent you a message, and you didn't write back for a couple of weeks, and I was like liking the message, like liking all your photos, writing to you, and like, hey man, I sent you a message.
Yeah, sorry for that, man. I was like really busy, and then one day I came up again with Cubist. I saw some of your images, and yeah, man, Cubist, the Radical Hangouts. Yeah, I have to write him. I have to write him. We have to do this before it's over. Yeah, and yeah, I'm glad that we did it.
Absolutely. It's, it's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you, and I'm sure somewhere down the line our paths are going to physically cross. And I can't wait to give you a big old hug, bud.
Yeah, cheers to that, man. So with here's the Swiss Cubist.
Go back inside, whatever bar you're at. Go back and go order. Go ask her to put some honey in there and put some Bacardi Casablanca.
Okay, I will
So
try.
look,
Hey,
cheers, brother.
cheers.
So, man, I'm going to send you my address.
Yeah, please.
And I wish you nothing but love, happiness, and a good night's sleep, along with some success. All right, Georgie
Hey,
boy.
really nice to meet you.
You too,
Ciao,
brother. It's been an
ciao.
absolute pleasure. Ciao.